Alright, um, hello. Uh, okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm setting this up properly because I've never done this before, which shouldn't be a surprise. I always like to try something new. Anyways, there's not really a good explanation to why I decided to play around with Vroid and I made a model. I guess it's kind of more like, fuck it, I want to test it out. So, that's my story officer, and I'm keeping to it. Anyways, yes. Hello. I haven't done a reaction video slash opinion and thoughts slash I guess also critique now because um the last like thoughts and opinion video I kind of was holding back a lot of not a lot. I'm sorry. That's over exaggeration. I was holding back very small amount of criticism here and there that I thought was a little bit uh off. And I decided, you know what, like I know that my criticisms I do have aren't mean or like they're very simple and they are very opinion based. So it's like, I assume you should be able to handle it. And, I feel a little bit more honest if I could, like, be honest with my opinions rather than holding back because I'm afraid of, like, accidentally hurting someone's feelings. Um, yeah. So, yeah, now there's also going to be critique here and there. Uh, Not assuming that I will overly criticize everyone. It's just a bit of a disclaimer. Now I'm gonna do a little bit more of critique. Um, um, uh, so I was just you can tell I'm really bad at this. Um, I'm going to react to Danganronpa Hushed Whispers. They just released a prologue episode. Uh, it looks like it's less than 40 minutes, so it's kind of like a short prologue, I'm guessing. I'm going to assume it's probably going to be one of those uh, wake up in weird place, meet people, maybe move around the map if there's one, uh, or maybe everyone's located in one area, and then mascot appear, and then killing game starts, and nowadays it's like a common trope to like I mean this was a trope since the very first game, don't get me wrong, but it's a common trope to like get have someone get hurt or almost get hurt, like either someone just nearly escaped death, someone dies, and it's also very common nowadays that the protagonist gets hurt. That's like the basic formula, that someone almost dies at the end but they don't die most of the time. Sometimes they do. uh yeah, I'm assuming that's the case. But anyways, yeah, let's just go into the video and start reacting. I'm gonna press play. Hopefully, V Roy doesn't make my Avi look like it's breaking its neck like before. I was testing it out earlier. With that being said, yeah, let's shut up, Ray. Hmm. Have you ever thought somebody you knew was hiding something from you? Okay. Okay. So a secret. Okay. Um. Okay, so that's anxiety. Trust issues and anxiety. That's common. Okay. Alright, so right off the bat, I'm going to point out, I do like how the text is easy to read and they didn't pick a very overly complicated text. However, this is just a minor criticism would be that I don't think there was a lot of typography thought into the format. It looks slightly random with the placement of the text or very basic. I would definitely recommend uh, if you're going to have like more of these type of segments with cutscenes, I would recommend talking to someone who has a bit of graphic design knowledge or typography knowledge. Most graphic design majors also had to take typography classes if they are in college. If they're not, then I guess that's different. I would definitely recommend that because it does, well, no one knows my major because I don't talk about it that often, but I had to take several typography classes, classes. So that kind of stuck out to me. But it's a good thing that you at least got the legible part done. It's nice and big, so it's very difficult not to be able to read that. So that's a good thing. But that's just a recommendation. All right, continue.
Honey, have you been staying up on the internet all night
One
again?
thing I always notice, this is not a
I
critique.
told you to get
Um,
some rest.
Whenever there's like some ambiguous mother character with a voice, they always give like the most sweetest voice.
Today's your big
I don't
day.
know any mother that sounds like that.
All right. Give me a
All right,
second to get
continue.
ready. I'll be down.
All right, so I packed your lunch and cut your sandwiches just like you like
Wait,
them.
how old are
Need
these
to be as ready
characters?
as
She's like babying the main? I think is the main character. She's like babying him. Is he like he's not a middle schooler or an elementary schooler?
you can be for your camping trip.
Thanks,
Mm-hmm.
Mom. I'll be sure to call if I need anything.
Oh, I'm just so proud. My little Hisoka.
Oh, I'll be sure to send pictures.
All right, I forgot. Um, the main character's name is Hisoka, which again, not a criticism. It's just that every single time when I think of the name Hisoka, I think of you know who that that guy from Hunter x Hunter. So this is going to be totally fun. Okay. All right. Continue.
Gotta go now. Love you, Mom.
Love you too, sweetie. I'm gonna miss you.
Oh God, hiccups. Oh wait, I just realized the kid was smoking on a bus. What a rude asshole. Oh yeah, and bus crash. uh, it's happening. A character's gonna wake him up. That's normally that. Yeah, that's a trope. Mm-hmm. Yep. There he is. Oh, it's the green-haired boy. Hmm. Interesting. The backgrounds look very cartoonish. It's a very different art style than the sprite art. I think I remember seeing this on like one of their other videos. Okay, interesting.
Um.
Pausing again. I'm gonna talk about things that I'm liking right now. I think that's normally what I should be doing. Um, so I actually do like the text box here. I do like the browns. I am actually a big fan of the color brown, and it makes sense because this is camp themed. And I actually went camping when I was a kid a lot, so this feels a little nostalgic. So I kind of like it. I also noticed that when I guess it's like zooming into a particular character, the screen has like this green tint while the middle triangle is kind of like very clear. And I personally think that design element is so far pretty good in terms of helping you realize who's talking. Like it's very visually clear that I am directly just staring at the character who's talking. Oh god, hiccups. Rather than like my eyes going all around the page. Sometimes when you have art assets, one thing that you do have to consider is that if you have too much going on a page, even if you feel like, oh, detailed is better, that's fine. But sometimes when a person's looking at your art, their eyes are gonna like go all over the page because they can't find a focus point. But because of the way how the screen is set up right now, it's very clear that the character who's talking is the focal point, and that's very good for people who maybe don't uh how do I word this? Not eye problems, but like their eyes get easily visually strained. Yes, that's the correct wording. So I think that setup that you're going on right that you have right now, I think that setup is good. Like that's a really nice setup. It is also kind of helps with the unique. I also kind of like that because it's a triangle symbol. It kind of looks like a spotlight on the character, which is kind of cute. Um, so uh, bravo, I guess. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting shaky. Okay, continue. Eiju Abe, Ultimate Park Ranger. Okay, yeah, that works.
How fascinating.
Ultimate Journalist. Yeah, I think I do know this. I remember reading about it. I definitely did try not to look too deep into it before the prologue aired. That's not like me being mean or anything. That's really more like I try to avoid hyping myself because when I was a teenager, I had a lot of issues where I would like overhype something and get like easily disappointed that I couldn't enjoy a lot of things. So this is more like a rule for myself is that I try to avoid things until there's like an actual prologue for it so I could like control my own hype issues. Um so yeah, I was it's not that like I had no idea that Hush Whispers existed. It's more like I'm just I'm just like waiting for um I'm waiting for like the prologue so that I can I don't know. I forgot how to word this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, just shut up, right? Just continue reacting. Okay. Sorry, I'm pausing again. I'm pausing a lot. Okay, so mm, so one thing that I mentioned before, like I said before, is that you have to be careful with art because sometimes it creates a lot of eye strain. When it was zoomed up close up to him, it looked perfectly fine, but now they're kind of like zooming out of him kind of like what I mentioned before is that like my eyes are kind of going everywhere on the screen. It like goes to the, I guess I think that's a cabin, and then it goes to the tree, then it goes to the fire, then it goes back to the little house in the background, then it goes to the trees. Like my eyes are kind of darting everywhere. Um, I don't really think it's because there's too much detail. I don't think the detail is the issue. I think it's a little bit of the colors, but it's more about how the line art kind of clashes with the line art of the sprite. I feel like my eyes are skipping the character. I'm not sure if that's intended, but I feel like my eyes are kind of like overlooking the character, and my eyes are kind of just like going all over the screen. Um, Hopefully, that's maybe just for this particular background asset. It's possible that other background assets won't have this problem, but it is definitely, I would recommend to keep note of to test out visual eye strain. It is also possible maybe age play a part. I am a little bit older than some people. I'm not oldest. Okay, I thought I was gonna hiccup again. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna continue. Mm-hmm. You remember you were on the bus, and then your memory went poof. Yep, of course.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is also a trope. I'm sorry. I'm being. I hope I'm not sounding mean. I'm pointing out tropes. I'm not. I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just like a common thing. I've always noticed that the protagonist is always like super late to the party. That seems to be definitely like a trope. Like the protagonist is the last one to leave a room. The protagonist is the last one to wake up from a nap. I always notice that a lot. I mean that's part of the Danganronpa thing. Danganronpa has is a trope in Danganronpa, but yeah, it's a really big ass trope. Almost everyone does it. Okay. Oh, someone drew a map for them. That's cute. Aw, it's cute.
Um.
Alright, I'm gonna pause here. That's actually a really nice, unique way how to do the maps. I actually think that's really cute. If they actually legitimately use this, I think that's like really cute. That's really unique because a lot of time, a lot of people, we all like, I say we all like to do like the pixels just like in Danganronpa, but this is definitely a lot cuter and more unique. Um, so if this is really the map system, I actually really like it a lot. It feels kind of nostalgic. Kind of like, yeah, kind of feels nostalgic. I like that a lot. Do we have a child with us?
Live to Hisoka!
All right, like I mentioned before with the campsite, this one doesn't have the same problem. So maybe it really was that one campsite where my eyes were going all over the place. Um, there are some colors that are definitely very noticeable because of how light it is compared to the rest of the room. But other than that, I do feel like my eyes are mainly focusing on the characters rather than the background, so I think that this one's perfectly fine. Alright. I guess I should talk more. Um, It kind of seems like the pink-haired girl has a bit of a princess attitude type, which is unfortunately one of the few kind of bitches that I am not fond of. So I'm not sure how I feel about her. Everyone else is still neutral. I do actually have my eyes on a few characters that I kind of assume that I may like. I'll just talk about them when they appear. Yeah. hmm
Well now.
What a trifle.
Wait, what happened? Oh, okay. I thought um my YouTube videos, it when I'm watching it, sometimes it freezes and then it skips randomly ahead. I hit the microphone. Oops. It skips and like speeds up really quickly. I thought that was my computer. I didn't think that was the editing. Okay.
Me the horse whisperer, but I
I
prefer the
keep
name
hearing
Ultimate
people
Equestrian.
talking in this building. Hopefully that doesn't pick up on the microphone. I do not want
Pleasure to meet
anyone
you.
to interrupt me right now. Okay. I do find in this particular room, I do find the colors to be very vivid. Um, the room itself is fine. Yeah, I think sometimes I feel like the colors are a little bit clashing with the characters. Um, but it's a nice kitchen. Oh, the baby boy.
Well,
We have the baby boy here.
Oh,
Oh, he's
quit
walking.
your whining and suck it up.
Okay, so I'm guessing he's the kind of the dick of the cast. Okay.
Harry, Master
Oh.
Tachibana of the Tachibana
Yeah,
Dynasty,
I'm not really sure
also known
about her.
as the ultimate patissier, or
I'm not sure if I'm gonna like her.
terms, the ultimate pastry chef.
I'm not a big fan of the princess, the mean princess type. I'm not really a big fan of that. Okay. All right. They pray. I'm sorry. They pay her to be more approachable. That's funny. I'll give you that. That one's funny. Oh, I didn't mention this before. But with some of Hisoka's sprites, when he's kind of moving to the side and writing down something, that actually looks really nice on the text. I kind of find it interesting that they decided to go for a kind of a um I want to say it kind of reminds me of like like RPG games where there's like the headshot sprites for the text. It kind of reminds me of that, and I like it a lot. So, yeah.
You've
Oh,
spent so
I forgot to mention this. Um, about Aju, Aju, Aju. About Aju, is that whenever this is just in typical writing, but whenever a character is subjected to the I shall wake up the protagonist role in whatever case or form, there's normally two types of paths that the character ends up uh, following, other than the typical, but not always, the character that kind of likes help the main character get introduced to everyone else, is that um, is that they either end up being A, the nice character that dies early, or B, the character that you don't trust. They always fall under those two categories in typical Fanganronpa fashion. And I guess also typical Danganronpa fashion. It always falls under those two things. It's more common that the characters that wake you up are the ones that you don't trust. But, you know, sometimes they switch it up and make it the character that dies early so that, you know, you get all this nice screen time with that character only to die, and theoretically is supposed to hurt you, you know, if you cared about the character. Theoretically. But yeah. So, knowing that he's kind of been subjected as the character that wakes up the protagonist, I'll definitely keep an eye out whether or not he will follow one of those two paths. Or maybe both. Or none. It'll be interesting to see none. It's just a nice character that woke you up and that's it. But yeah. Moving on. Interesting choice to use the pixel art on the map. Interesting. Okay. Ooh. I see her. One of the characters I was interested in, I see her. I see her. I will say this here. I know I'm not having much of a reaction to every single character, but I do think the opera singer is really pretty. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Oh, damn. She literally told him to, like, yeet yourself out, dude. Well, not literally, but... Oh. I thought she was going to be a nice girl. I mean, she's not a mean girl, but, like, I thought she was going to be a nice one. Okay, then. Interesting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I see her. Alright, so, Aiko Hiromi is the... Oh, I thought I heard someone outside. Aiko Hiromi is one of the characters that I was actually interested in. I read a little bit about her, and it was basically that she is the ultimate swimsuit model, but she kind of doesn't want to be the ultimate anymore. Like, she called herself the ex ultimate swimsuit model or something like that. I feel like maybe that was during the voice actor real thing, I think, or maybe my memory is just fucking me over. I don't know. But she was one of the characters that I was interested in, mainly because I like how the fact that she doesn't want to be her ultimate talent anymore kind of suggests not necessarily character development, but a lot of like a interesting character insight to a particular character. So that kind of struck me in a certain way because I like characters that have inner conflict with themselves, and she seems to be a type of character that does have some inner conflict. So she's one of the characters that I have an eye on. So hopefully we do get to see more of her like inner turmoil before she... I mean, I kind of want her to live because I'm biased, but I could see her, um, I could see her dying. I could see her be a victim, but in a way, I could kind of also see her be a killer, but more of a victim. I didn't mention any of that earlier. Whoops. Oh well, maybe towards the end of the video I'll talk about that in terms of theories. Okay, yes, continue video. Wait, these kids are supposed to be high school students, right? I'm gonna have to look up the age later on. I don't know the age of everybody. Um, Maybe they're not high school students because the other guy was smoking, but why was Hisoka being treated like a fucking baby? But, oh, sorry. I curse a lot. Sorry. Yeah, he was being treated like a baby by his mother. Um, how old are these characters? Because it's kind of weird for your mother to be looking at swimsuits on a teenage girl. What's the age? I'm gonna have to look that up later on. That's gonna bother me.
Oh.
Mm. Mm. The thing here, though, about her reasoning, she probably clearly has a reason. Her sprites indicate that she's uncomfortable. The thing is, because her talent is ultimate swimsuit model, that definitely does imply that maybe the reason has to do with over sexualization, which is very common for a lot of young women to deal with, and also men too. I'm not trying to pretend like men don't deal with it. Um, but I don't know. For some reason, this seems to be implied in that direction, because it is a very uncomfortable topic to talk about when you're a victim of such thing. I know from firsthand experience. So, yeah. I hope she's okay though, you know. But anyways, yep. That's she's one of the characters I have an eye on. All right, moving forward before I ramble away.
Hey, Yuzoka! You're now 2 minutes and 46 seconds behind
Oh
schedule.
my
We
goodness.
gotta move!
Ooh. I see him. I see him. Okay. Well, actually, there's two guys in here that I was kind of interested in. One a little bit more than the other. Alright, let's see. I don't know, maybe I'll like the third guy too. I just, oh, oof.
No!
Oh, right. Uh, Seth voices that boy. Oh, his eyes are gold. I actually like gold eyes. Okay, maybe I am liking the third one now. Oh, if you didn't know, the third one was, the nerd in the middle. Okay. I like I like gold eyes. Their gold eyes are pretty. Um, my favorite kind of eyes is kind of like silver platinum eyes, if you couldn't tell. Um, but yeah. Sweetie, I'm hella biased. You have no idea. What? Alright, so, yeah, I'm just gonna have them introduce their names first, so I don't accidentally fuck up the names while addressing them. Well, based off of his personality, I'm guessing he's kind of like the bully. Um, okay. I kind of thought he was going to be like just a hothead, and I thought he might actually get picked on because a lot of hothead like kind of characters do get picked on. But I'm guessing he's also kind of the bully. That's fine. Bully characters often make things spiced up. I actually do remember when I first saw uh, the dude's ultimate, I thought it said drag queen, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. And then I'm like, oh no, it's drag racer, which is like, okay, I guess that's okay. But like, you know, he could have been a drag queen. Just saying. I'm just joking. Um, but yeah, I tend to actually like angry characters if you haven't noticed. Um, I do tend to like angry characters because they naturally cause a lot of conflict because their personality is just a mess. And I like natural conflict over like the story is forcing a conflict. I prefer when like characters are the one causing the problems and the story is the one causing the problems, but you know, in Danganronpa Fanganronpa, the story has to cause problems, so it is what it is. Alright, continue. Uh, is that like a V3 reference? I guess it is.
As for who I am, that is usually incredibly top secret information. But you seem to be trustworthy. I'm Kyo Furui, classified as the ultimate paranormal
Kyo
investigator.
Furui. Okay. I thought I heard furry. I thought I heard the word furry, I'm sorry. Uh, Alright, I'm gonna be honest. When I first looked through like all the character designs, I wasn't interested in Kyo, mainly because well, a lot of paranormal investigator type of talents that I've seen, with the exception of I think maybe one, a lot of times they tend to lean in a little bit more of a eccentric type of characters. Which I've always say there's like two types of Danganronpa fans. There's the one that like likes the story set up, but they don't really like the eccentric characters. They kind of just like the more serious characters, and they like the mystery setup and like the I, I'm lost of words right now, but the like the function of it. And then there are the people that like the wacky anime bullshit and the eccentric characters. I fall under the I'm not really a big fan of eccentric characters type of category. So I wasn't really interested in him, but I'll be a little bit more interested in him now, just because he's getting bullied. That's it. Uh, yeah. Okay. So hopefully there's more to it than that.
What a dweeb.
Yeah. I think out of all like the character designs, I liked his the most, like the actual visual designs. I liked him a lot. Um, so that's why I was interested in him. He seems like a chill character, but you know, you never know. Sometimes chill characters are actually demons on the inside, but I don't really see any warning signs that would suggest that he's not chill. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness. He interrupted me. Alright, so I'm gonna slightly retract um, the comment I made beforehand about how maybe it's the line art. I don't think it's the, well, it's a little bit the line art that sometimes that makes my eyes go all over the place, but I'm gonna say it's mostly probably the colors. Some of the characters, just because of the placement they're in, they're kind of just, because of the very thin line art, they kind of look like they're just blending into the background. But the girl who has blue hair with the purple dress, lavender dress, she stands out perfectly fine. So I think it's really more of the colors. I don't get me wrong, I like the background colors. Um, I probably would recommend maybe muting the colors a little bit. Um, because that's actually what Danganronpa does. They actually mute the colors. Um, in all like the three games, the colors, the background colors are very muted. to help make the pink blood pop even more. That's really why they designed the game that they did. So, I mean, that's just personally my recommendation, but again, ignore my criticism. Like, you can ignore it, it's not a big deal, I guess. You're just going to ignore that. Survival instincts. Good. It's good to have them. Okay, so she's the no last name character. Interesting. Her design is cute.
If you need anything flower related, I'm your gal.
Oh, I should
Anything
pause
else
that.
is a bit-
I think in terms of like the physical visual designs, I also really like Sakura a lot as well. Um, so yeah, I'll point that out. Yes. I actually love the salmon color. Uh, uh I'm just blanking. Oh dear. Yeah, I actually do like salmon color, peach color, orange colors, and like the blue. I think it's like a really like a tidy, nice set of colors. Um, so I actually do like her design a lot. As for her character, I'm not sure yet. She's kind of neutral. Um, but yeah, I'll just, be waiting for more content just like everyone else. Yes, leave the poor child. Oh, something's coming. Wait, that was already 16 characters? Oh, my memory's fucked. Those voices sound familiar. Huh. Is she standing on a log? Okay. Okay, so yeah, they're deers. That makes sense. I guess for those who don't know much about Japan, um, shika, it means deer in Japanese, and Nara is actually a um I, a place in Japan. There's actually a place called like Narashika in Japan. There's like a lot of deers. I've been there before actually. Um, there's a lot of deers over there, especially on like the big ass temple, and you can feed the deers over there. They're kind of friendly, but they also kind of chase you. Like if you have food, they will follow you and like they'll actually use their antlers to like poke at you and they won't stop. They'll steal your food. The deers over there is a little bit more aggressive compared to like the deers in like other countries. It's interesting, even though like deers, I've seen deers all the time. I live in America and I live kind of near a wooded area, not too much. But like it's interesting to see like very different, unique deer behaviors in other countries. Also, they can swim. Did you know that? But yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense. They're deers. Cute.
You at a little
Oh,
game.
wait. Aren't those the create? Oh, let me pause that. Isn't that like the creators' voices? Oh, that's why I recognize them. Okay.
Killing game, of course! Students come across a dead body.
Wait a minute.
After that, a class trial will
back.
begin.
So the BDA plays once only two or more people, not three people? Okay, that's new. I wonder why. I feel like they're gonna do something with that, because I doubt that's a typo. That's a very big glaring typo if that was the case. Okay, that's interesting.
This is my favorite part, Schmoopy.
So are like the deers dating? Okay. I don't think I've ever seen that before where there's like two mascots and they're dating. interesting. That's new.
Class.
One thing that I'm thinking, is that is there a way to ensure that they can't escape? Because most of the time, like, killing games take place in an enclosed area, but this is the woods. So, like, maybe there's like a tracker in all of them, and then that way they can't escape, or something like that. I wonder how they're going to talk about that.
Wait, you oversized plush. You can't be serious.
Oh, I am being very serious, Mr. Tanji-kan. And to show you how serious we are, how about we give you a little light show? Ready, Mononara?
Oh,
Hey, Manasika.
oh no.
What is that
Beeping
beeping?
is not a good
I don't know, but
good
I can't
sign.
seem to find where
Someone's
it's coming
gonna get
from.
hurt, someone's gonna escape death. I mentioned that earlier.
Being here is the best
Alright,
idea
who's
right
gonna get
now.
hurt? Probably the protagonist, but who's gonna get hurt? Oh.
Life and death, buddy. No getting out of this one unless you play the
Oh, the music is really
game.
catchy though. I like the music. Okay, so who gets hurt? Oh. That sounds like the protagonist. Or maybe I'm just... no. Oh, yeah. No, I'm right. Okay, well... clearly, the protagonist is fine. That would be a waste of character to kill the protagonist in the prologue. Or at least that's of my opinion, but I would be more surprised if he did actually die from that. Okay. I guess it's the opening. Okay. Ooh. New CGs. Wait a minute, I need to go back to pause. I must make my assessments. No, okay. Where are you? Okay, so the first CG image is him bullying the nerd. Oh god, names. Okay, well, clearly he's being bullied. Or if little nerd boy turns out to be a gremlin character. I don't think he's a gremlin character. I think he's kind of more of just like an unconfident nerd that's kind of hide his confidence through his talent or something. He kind of comes off that way right now. And Drag Racer is coming off as the angry hothead that just fights anyone, especially weaklings. So that I'm guessing that's the situation over here. I think that's the protagonist, Hisoka, the next image. It looks a little sus. Okay. And there's the little uwu boy. Okay. Alright. I think those are the only new CGs. Alright, cool. Oh. I'm guessing these are the ending credits. Oh my god. I can't say that word correctly. Interesting. They chose to do animation. That's nice. I'm not saying it just because his name is Hisoka, but right now I'm sensing a little bit of sus vibes from him. I'll just have to wait and see though, but I don't know how I feel about the protagonist yet. That's not like a bad thing, it's just that I'm not sure. Okay, that's the end of the video. I'm gonna have to stop recording and just collect my thoughts, and maybe I'll come back to it.